Hello, future doctors. Welcome. Today, we're going to tackle a topic that you will face every single day in your practice: drug interactions. This is absolutely critical stuff, so let's jump right in. Just think about your patient for a second. You've prescribed them 2, maybe 3 different medicines. You assume they'll all go inside and do their jobs peacefully. But have you ever stopped to ask, do these medicines actually get along with each other? Because inside the complex world of the human body, they might not be cooperating at all. They could be starting a fight, canceling each other out, or even teaming up to create a really dangerous effect. So to understand all this, we need to think like medical detectives. Chalo, let's open our first case file. Our first case file is the simplest one, but it's also one of the easiest to prevent. The mistake here happens before the medicine even enters the patient's body. The crime scene? The syringe itself. That's right, this is about basic chemistry, what we call an in vitro interaction. Certain drugs, when we mix them together in the same solution, can literally react with each other and become inactive. The drug is useless before you've even given the injection. And look here, these are not some rare, exotic drugs, are they? These are everyday medicines. You mix penicillin with gentamicin and you get inactivation. You add noradrenaline to a sodium bicarbonate solution, same story. The crucial takeaway is this: unless you are absolutely certain they're compatible, don't play chemist at the patient's bedside. A simple rule to live by: one drug, one syringe. Got it? Okay, let's move to our next case and see how this builds. Now the drugs have been administered correctly, but the battle, the battle, is just beginning. And this time, it's happening inside the body. To understand this battle, you need to understand pharmacokinetics. Now, it sounds like a big word, but just think of it as tracking the drug's journey. Where does it go? How does it get there? How does it leave? We call this ADME: absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion. If another drug interferes with any of these steps, we have a problem. The very first step is absorption, the drug getting into the bloodstream. Imagine a doorway. If another drug comes along and blocks that doorway, the first drug can't get inside to do its job. It's stuck outside. Here is a perfect example. A patient is anemic, so you give them iron tablets, but they're also taking antacids for their acidity. So what happens? See, gastric acid is essential for iron absorption. The antacid neutralizes the acid, and poof! The iron just passes right through the body without being absorbed. The anemia doesn't improve. Simple funda, right? Okay, so the drug got absorbed. The next crime scene is the liver, our body's incredible processing factory. It uses enzymes to break down or metabolize drugs, preparing them for removal. But what happens when another drug comes along and messes with this factory's speed? This is a classic you must know case. A patient is on oral contraceptives. The liver enzymes process it at a steady, predictable rate. Now, she gets tuberculosis, and you start her on rifampin. Rifampin is a potent enzyme inducer. It's like giving the liver's cleanup crew a triple-shot espresso. They start working overtime, clearing out the contraceptive pills so fast that its level in the blood drops below the minimum required for it to be effective. And the result? An unintended pregnancy. A huge consequence. Now for our final and most dramatic case file. Here, the drugs don't interfere with each other's journey. Instead, they both reach their targets, but their combined effects create a dangerous, sometimes fatal, outcome. This is the world of pharmacodynamics. It's not about the drug's journey, but about its power. What does the drug actually do to the body? What happens when 2 drugs with similar or opposing powers are given at the same time? Imagine a biological switch in the body. One drug comes and presses it. Now you add a second drug that presses the very same switch. The effect isn't just added together, it can be dangerously multiplied. So here is drug A. A patient with angina takes organic nitrates. Their main effect? They relax blood vessels, causing blood pressure to drop. This is the intended therapeutic effect. Now here comes drug B, sildenafil. It also works by relaxing blood vessels, and as a result, it also causes a drop in blood pressure. You see where this is going? You give them together, and you get a sudden, catastrophic fall in blood pressure. The patient can go into shock. So the crucial point is to understand that both drugs are pushing the same button, leading to an extreme outcome. Never, ever combine these. And it's not just that one combination. Look at this list of other dangerous duos. Propranolol with digitalis can cause a dangerous bradycardia. An ACE inhibitor with a potassium-sparing diuretic can lead to fatal hyperkalemia. Aspirin with warfarin creates a major bleeding risk. You must have these combinations memorized. So we've seen the problems. It sounds scary, I know, but the story doesn't end there. As detectives who have solved the case, our job now is to manage the situation and ensure our patients are safe. The final lesson is this: an interaction does not always mean you must stop one of the drugs. Sometimes, with careful knowledge, you can manage it. You can adjust the dose, monitor the patient more closely, or time the administration differently. Your knowledge is the patient's best protection. And this is a partnership. You must educate your patients to keep a full list of everything they take, including supplements and over-the-counter medicines. And it is your job at every single visit to review that list, anticipate problems, and manage them proactively. Adjust a dose, choose a different drug, or simply monitor them more closely. This is the art of medicine. So remember the key principle from this slide as you go forward. It is always prudent to consider the possibility of a drug interaction. Be vigilant, be curious, and never stop learning about the powerful substances you are privileged to prescribe. That's how you keep your patients safe.